Turn it. Turn it. Turn it. Champ. Champ.
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Happen is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for.
According to insider reports, undefeated boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. recently paid a surprise visit to Manny Pacquiao'sg training camp in Los Angeles. The Filipino icon is currently preparing for his highly anticipated comeback fight against Mario Barrios. This unexpected meeting between two of boxing's most legendary figures has sent shockwaves through the sports world, reigniting conversations about their historic rivalry, mutual respect, and the ever-changing landscape of the sport. Floyd Mayweather's visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp is more than just a friendly gesture. It reflects the complex relationship between two of the greatest fighters of their era. Their rivalry reached its peak with the fight of the century in 2015, a historic bout that lived up to the hype and etched itself into boxing lore. Since then, both men have taken different paths. Mayweather has transitioned into a successful promoter and occasional exhibition fighter, while Pacquiao has focused on politics and humanitarian work. Despite their separate journeys, a deep-rooted mutual respect continues to exist between them.
Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10 being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings, it stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. He didn't do anything to me. So I didn't really feel his punch. We punched the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed? It's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who, one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao is. He'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same.
The rivalry between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao remains one of the most significant and profitable in boxing history. Spanning more than a decade, their long-awaited showdown in 2015 was the result of years of build-up, tense negotiations, and massive fan demand. Talks of a potential fight began as early as 2009, when both fighters were at the peak of their powers. However, disagreements over drug testing protocols and promotional conflicts delayed the mega fight for several years.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather is a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. He had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna say he's right and I'm not gonna say he's wrong. But it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said it's a time and a place for any.
Manny Pacquiao'sg boxing career is nothing short of legendary. Over the course of his remarkable journey, he captured 12 major world titles and earned the lineal championship in 4 different weight divisions: flyweight, featherweight, super featherweight, and super lightweight. In a feat unmatched in boxing history, Pacquiao is the only fighter to have won world titles in 4 different decades, from the 1990s through the 2020s. His fights consistently drew massive audiences, generating over $1.22 billion in revenue across 25 pay-per-view events, underscoring his immense popularity and impact on the sport.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Jun Mar.
In September 2021, Manny Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing to focus on his political ambitions. He ran for the presidency of the Philippines in the 2022 elections, although his bid was ultimately unsuccessful. Despite this political setback, Pacquiao remained deeply involved in public service, continuing his role as a senator and actively participating in a range of philanthropic efforts.
Thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to just say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Marcus.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm gonna miss him.
Now, nearly 4 years after his retirement, Pacquiao has officially announced his return to the ring at the age of 46. The Filipino legend is scheduled to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025, at the iconic MGM Grand in Las Vegas. His comeback is one of the most talked about events in the boxing world.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio. And it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. Whew. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights. And yet a current world champion and Mario Barrios is going to go after Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we wasting time with this type of fight? It makes absolutely no sense to me. Listen, 147 welterweight. Me and Talani just got done talking about this in our interview. 147 is a historically great boxing division. And there is great talent in the division right now. But the problem is that guys don't want to fight each other. We don't want unifications. We don't want undisputed. And we're getting fights like Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Why? This fight makes absolutely no sense. If this is even somewhat competitive, that is embarrassing on Mario Barrios' part. Why are we wasting time with this fight? Listen, Brian Norman Jr. should be fighting Boots Ennis, but he chose a decent alternative. Fighting Sasaki in Japan is fine. That's still 2 debatably top 5 fighters in the welterweight division fighting each other. I'm A-okay with that decision. Boots Ennis finally stepped up and he did the unification fight against Danny Onis. Great. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he... I get he still loves the sport, but listen. You are an all-time great, a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight. I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. And why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this?
George Bamboos Jr., who once had the opportunity to train with Manny Pacquiao, credits those sessions with shaping him into the fighter he is today. He often recalls learning more than just boxing techniques. He learnt discipline, mental toughness, and how to push beyond his limits. According to Bamboos, Pacquiao'sg influence went beyond the physical aspects of the sport. Watching him train taught Bamboos that boxing is just as much a mental game as it is a physical one. From Pacquiao, he learned how to combine speed, intelligence, and strategic preparation into a complete fighting style.
With Manny Pacquiao, had to be a huge asset for you, because even though Bay was probably your biggest name opponent up until then, you know, you'd been, how many rounds had you done with Manny?
250 rounds over 3 world title campaigns.
So it started with the Jeff Horn fight?
It did, yeah. When Jeff got obviously the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I was in Los Angeles. And I was sparring his ex-sparring partners, Jose Ramirez and Ray Beltran. I was doing 5-on-5, and these guys are good fighters, former world champions. And Freddie come over and goes, you know, Manny's got the Jeff Horn fight. So yeah, I'm hearing about it. He goes, well, you're sparring his sparring partners. How would you like to go against your countrymen and help Manny prepare?
Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old American boxer from San Antonio, Texas, currently holds the WBC welterweight title. He claimed the championship in dominant fashion against Hordians Gas in September 2023, knocking Gas down twice and winning by unanimous decision with scores of 118 to 107 and 117 to 108. This victory marked a major milestone in Barrios' career, officially elevating him to full champion status following Terence Crawford's move up to the super welterweight division.
Your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. No, easily. I mean,
when did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit. Yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar other females a lot of times.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was, like, overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And so yeah, most of the time the sparring partners, they were dudes. But I mean, I couldn't really even like spar with her serious up until I was like 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Despite the age gap and the immense experience of his opponent, Mario Barrios is not underestimating Manny Pacquiao. He is treating the fight with the seriousness of a championship clash, preparing as if he's facing Pacquiao in his prime. His mindset reflects a man who sees this as a career-defining opportunity. From day one, Barrios' training camp has been all business. His coach has emphasized their respect for Pacquiao'sg legacy, but also made it clear that they're entering the ring with one goal: victory. Barrios' hunger is undeniable. He doesn't want this to be just another win. He wants it to be a statement. Facing a living legend like Pacquiao carries risks, but the potential reward is just as massive.
What's going on? Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story when he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a 2-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots.
The upcoming matchup between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios has generated significant buzz in the boxing world, sparking a wide range of reactions from fans and experts alike. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has publicly backed the bout, praising Pacquiao'sg enduring legacy and citing the successful comebacks of past champions. Suleiman stated, "I do like the idea very much. I think Pacquiao can beat any fighter, or at least be competitive with any fighter." His endorsement signals the WBC's full support for the fight, recognizing Pacquiao'sg lasting influence and the excitement his return brings to the sport.
Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great...
Floyd Mayweather believes Manny Pacquiao'sg return to the ring is likely driven by financial motives, a common reason behind many comebacks in professional boxing. Often, aging legends return in search of one last lucrative payday, particularly if they haven't fully transitioned into a stable post-boxing career. Still, Mayweather acknowledged Pacquiao'sg enduring talent, stating that even this late in his career, Pacquiao remains better than many current fighters at their best. Mayweather, known for fiercely protecting his undefeated legacy, has often found himself at the center of controversy when discussing other fighters' greatness. YouTuber Showbiz the Adult recounted an incident where Mayweather grew defensive when someone suggested Pacquiao might be considered the greater fighter. In that exchange, Mayweather allegedly accused Pacquiao of using performance-enhancing drugs, highlighting how sensitive he is about maintaining his place in boxing history.
Mario Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt bad.
Do you think Manny Pacquiao'sg return enhances or diminishes his legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you.